Hello everybody. We are back right now. I'm in the 2013 Shelby Gt500, talking about a few things I dislike about the car. I can't really name 5. Yeah, probably could, but there's 4 that I know I could throw out there on the bat. So we're going to dive through those, and I may add in a few little extras that they could be a bother for some people, but not so much of me, and I'll explain why. And we do got the 3-valve over there parked next to Kratos, which is the Gt500. Thanos is the 3-valve. I know, weird nicknames, trying to keep up with all that.
Sync has connected to your phone and is reminding you that 911 assist is set to off.
Okay, 911's here to help. Anyway, let's dive into the video. I'll see you guys soon. Number 1 I'm going to dive into, as you guys can see it right now, is the interior. The interior of the cars, they kind of all like mock up with each other, like the same. You know what I mean? The 13, 14 GTs and whatnot. It's like the plastic, flimsy kind of. I don't understand why we would do that, especially for a GT500. Now, as you guys can see, I did change a lot. The forged carbon around the whole car from Zeta Composites. This turned out really nice, but at the same time, there are those little like this. Like, I don't like the color of this stuff. I mean, who knows? Some people might like that color, but the plastic materials and whatnot around the car, like this part is okay. It kind of has a little push feel to it. It's for whatever, you know what I mean? But the plastic parts of the car are kind of annoying. And if I had to pick out a few things, that would be one of the main parts about the car, being mostly like the plastic parts inside this interior. It's mostly plastic anyway, just in general. But as you guys can see, I tried to transform this car a little bit with the forged carbon look throughout the whole interior, just to do something different and not be like everybody else. I know some people have done regular carbon. Hopefully this is something different that you guys can kind of appreciate or like. I'm not really trying to copy a whole lot of people. But yeah, number 1 would be that interior. Let's see. Number 2, I have the hood pop now, battery tender on. The car was kind of struggling. I just figured, you know what, let's keep it on the battery tender. Since the show is coming up and around the corner, I will be recording that show as well. I don't think it's going to start. We'll see. No. I forgot the battery tender. So, it's on now, but, you know, a little too late. Alright. So, I'm gonna let this charge, battery tender on, just let it do its thing. I could just jump the car, but I'm just gonna let's let it do its thing. So, number 2 will be the Supercharger whine. I got the TBS on here. I do have a smaller pulley going on, VMP 2.4, and a few other things. Obviously, there's been a lot that's waiting to be installed in the car, including the VMP heat exchanger and things. So, but I know that some people, it is a big deal, the Supercharger whine, and I'm gonna be honest, like, it's not a huge deal for me, but I would really prefer to hear it. You know, I like that whine in the car. Now, don't get me wrong, when you're up in that higher RPMs or whatever, when you're actually going or getting on her, you can hear it a little bit, but it's not aggressive, you know what I mean? It's not crazy. So there is ways to do it. I know some people say, well, there's an intake you can put on that'll bring out the noise a little bit. And then there's another thing, which I do have, but I'm debating on whether to do it or not, because like I said, you got to cut a hole into the intake or the colder intake area, and then run a pipe basically to your firewall, and it does work. You can hear a great excessive whine, but at the same time, it's, do I really want to be cutting these holes in the intake and whatnot? That's what I'm trying to get at. So it is a Supercharger whine for me. I do like it. I'd like to hear more of it. Let's get out of here. Since that jet engine shut off, we'll be able to hear me now. So I would love to hear it. I would. But at the same time, it's not a big deal. But having this kind of power and this Shelby's like iconic, you know, I would love to hear that whine. So like I said, there's a way you can do it. There's a method you can drill underneath the intake here, like a little hole, and run it right to the firewall. There should be a hole down below. You drill it like a little bit bigger, and it fits in there. I think I actually have it over here somewhere. Let's go check. There's a 3-valve. Yeah, it's right here. So you got this piping, and it's basically, I can take the whole kit apart. I can't remember who it's by again, but let's see here. Foster SC Mods. Yeah, Foster SC Mods. I don't want to have to show you guys my address, but Foster SC Mods. I think on Lethal Performance they sell that kit, which then you can make this thing whine, as in like you'll be able to hear it a lot louder inside the cabin. So, like I said, I'm on the fence. I have it, but I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. We'll see. Maybe I will do it to that intake and then get a carbon fiber one. Well, we'll see. I have no idea. It's just, I don't really feel like drilling holes and stuff. But if I had to pick one, that would be one. I'd like to hear that whine. And since we're back here, guys, I'm going to nail out the next one I dislike, which is right here. I like the logo. I like the Gt500 thing, you know. This right here, Shelby, is cool, but, like, I just don't like this whole thing. It looks gaudy. Same thing for the 3-valve. That's why it doesn't have one. I took it off and did the carbon fiber decklet across. Just a lot cleaner. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing with this car. I know you have to cut this out. I know the purists probably be mad, but whatever. You know what? You didn't buy the car. You didn't pay for it. None of that. So this is my car. I may do it. I may not. We'll see. I do have the forged carbon deck lid, as you've seen in previous videos, which means I have to Dremel this out, cut it out. That way it can fit flat across that. It might happen because I just don't like that. I don't like that style. Well, I like the way it looks, like that Cobra look, that logo and all, but I hate the color. I hate the way it looks, like as in like popping out like that. I wish there was a different way. You know what I mean? I wish I could take this whole decklet off without having this, you know, you get the point. That way when I put on a forged carbon one, I don't have to do drilling or cutting or whatnot. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. And then, since we're back, that spoiler do be looking good though. Anyway, I got the diffuser as well, forged carbon. I did get the caps on here now, as you guys can see. That's a new little item. I still have to do the oil one, but it's kind of in the way. Eventually I'd do it, but it's just because it's right here in between these two. It'd be hard for that to be in there unless I turn it this way for it to say Shelby. We'll see. Eventually I'm gonna do it, but we'll see. When? Gas. The fuel in these cars, it's just, you're gonna have to fuel up a lot. And I bought it for a reason. Gas is not really the big issue. So like I said, like I've had this one and tuned and it's all the stuff done to the car. I know it sucks gas, but so does this. So the Shelby is known for what, like 100 and something. I can't remember the actual like full tank, but it's not really a whole lot considering what you're getting here. And I think it needs more. And it definitely goes through fuel. Come on, it's a 5.8. So the fuel is one of the biggest things I would say for these cars that I dislike because it goes through it like crazy. And as a matter of fact, once we leave here and go to the show, I am most likely going to have to fill it up again. So, I mean, that's what you get. I mean, I bought it for a reason. It's my dream car. I'm not going to really complain, even though I am. But I'm trying to give you guys things I dislike about the Shelby, and that would be one of them. But am I going to deal with it? Yeah, I'm going to have to. And that's fine. It's whatever. But if I have to pick something, that'll be one of them. It's really hard because there's a lot of love about this car that I love. Like the 5.8, I do love it. The gas sucks. I love the styling. I love the wheels on there, the TBS Bathurst wheels. I love it's just the whole thing in general. There's so many things I love, which I have 5 things I do love, and I can go on and on. But if I have to pick the dislikes, the fuel on this car, it sucks, you know, having to fill up all the time. That's, I don't know, that's, you know, basically it. But if I have to pick a few more things, guys, that I know people will say they dislike about this car, and I know you have to say it. The Brembos in front are amazing. They're great. But, where are they back here? Why? I don't understand. So, but whatever. You got the 6 piston or 6 up front Brembos. Amazing, great. But I mean, all this work, all this power, Shelby, and then why? So it's just one of the things I don't understand. But whatever. Maybe someone else will in the comments. And then if I have to pick another little thing, I don't have a screen. But that doesn't matter. You know, GPS, whatnot. The car does have GPS. It just talks to you and tells you a little bit in that little tiny screen part. But I don't have the big screen, which is a plus. You know, it is a plus. But thing is there's no backup camera. I know people complain about that. The reason I don't list it as one of my top is because I grew up just looking out the back window. I turn around and just look behind me and go where I'm going to go. However, the reason I'm going to mention it is because I do have 2 kids, and sometimes I play in the shop, And it would be nice to have a backup camera to kind of see a little bit more behind me when I'm backing up, because I don't want to hit my kid. But mostly I'm a father who knows where my kids are, so that's good. But I grew up with a whole old school way where I look behind me, turn around, just back up a car, truck, whatever. I know how to do all that stuff. But like I said, having kids now, I can see where that camera could come in use. But being that I can't even talk. I mentioned it because this is a 1314 Shelby, has all these options, but no backup camera. Not a big deal for me. I get it, but at the same time, why not? All right, here's probably the last one, last but not least, but most likely the last one for me, because there's a lot of love I have for this car, especially the 3-valve 2s. We've been through a lot together, still got it, and it's an amazing, very reliable car. However, this video is about this Shelby. Now, if I had to pick a dislike, another one, probably be the price tag. I understand the era right now because of whoever. You can say his name if you want to. Prices are high. But it could be a lot of things in the mix, because before all that, these Shelby's prices were decently high. Now they're high. I think they're always going to be up there in that price range, you know, pretty high up. So, that being said, these cars are pretty pricey. This is my dream car. This is something I've been wanting for a long time, and now I got it. So now that I have it, it's kind of feel like great. It's a huge accomplishment. I love it. It's like a sign of success to me, like for my channel and everything I've done and how much I've grown and grinded and built a family and kids and all that stuff. Is like, I'm blessed, right? But at the same time, I'm happy those prices are high, because if they were lower, then everybody would have one, correct? So I like it. I like it, but I don't like it, because yeah, it kind of screws us guys that have Shelby's. Like, man, they're not cheap, you know, parts and all. But at the same time, it's nice because then not everybody's going to have one, and I can kind of be that cool kid on the block, if you know what I mean. So, pretty cool. Hopefully you guys like that. My picks, I'm sure I probably could pick out, you know, a few other little things. I know some people complained about the long shifting on the TR6060s. It's not really that. It's just, you can change it by going like an MGW short throw shifter and change out a few things, especially the gears in the rear. However, these gears in the rear are there for a reason. I think it's 331s. With the TR6060 and its long throws, so the car can hit 200 miles an hour. That's why. So if you guys want to change out your gears in the rear, an MGW shifter in here, like a short throw or something, hey, bingo, you fixed your issues. Now, that's something I wouldn't mind doing in the future, but for now, I'm going to enjoy the top end and have fun with the car. And down the road, hey, stay tuned, because more is happening. Which then brings me to now. Thanks, guys, for subscribing, looking at the video, checking out the beast. You know, both cars here is pretty cool. We got the 71 Cutlass we're going to eventually get to. And subscribe if you haven't, because at 3,000 subscribers, we're doing another detailing kit giveaway. We're actually going to be giving away 3 different kits this time around. And TikTok, we're going to be announcing that winner, I believe, today. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And, sub, I guess.